in a word of prayer. And I want you all to just quiet your hearts this morning, and take your minds away from the cares of this world just for a few minutes, okay? If you're worried this morning and burdened down with the cares of this world, the Word of God instructs us to be anxious for nothing, but through prayer and supplication and with thanksgiving, we ought to make our requests known to Him, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, shall keep our hearts and our minds through Christ Jesus. We're also invited to cast our cares upon Him because He cares for us. So if something or some situation is causing anyone here to be fearful this morning, the Word of God instructs us to fear thou not, for He is with you, He will strengthen you, He will uphold you with His right hand of righteousness. So we give thanks this morning with grateful hearts, dear Lord. We give thanks this morning, Lord, for what you have done, and we ask now, Lord, that somehow the agenda this morning, Lord God, might line up with your agenda. We ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen, amen.
Good morning. Scheduled attendees today: Chief Administrator Samantha Stevenson with the District Attorney's Office, Assistant Chief Appraiser Javar McCall Martin, County Engineer George Speak, and Executive Director Jeanette Boland with Dresses for Pink. Items to be considered at our 10 o'clock session. Item number 3, consider agreement with Pneumo DMV LLC, formerly known as Intellectual Technology Incorporated, for self-service kiosk services. Item number 4, consider memorandum of understanding between the Administrative Office of the Courts and the Montgomery County Commission for referee Maria Patterson. Item number 5, consider Piney Branch Plantation Plat, Old Barnes Road. Item number 6, consider preliminary engineering and construction agreement for the Transportation Alternatives Program TAP grant. Item number 7, consider amendment number 1 to contract with Sharp Cut Lawn Service to provide landscape and irrigation maintenance services to Elton Dean Park and landscape maintenance at Sheriff D.T. Marshall Firearms Training Center until January 6, 2027. Item number 8, consider amendment number 2 to contract with Armstrong Relocation to provide moving and storage services until January 1, 2027. Item number 9, consider amendment number 2 to contract with Move and Store LLC, doing business as Admiral Movers, to extend the contract until January 1, 2027. Item number 10, consider resolution authorizing the county's Thanksgiving holiday observance on Friday, November 28, 2025. Item number 11, consider employee recognition and appreciation program and related 2025 budget. Item number 12, consider miscellaneous appropriations to agencies. Are there any additions? Item number 13, consider miscellaneous appropriations to education. Are there any additions?
Dan, you on the call? I want to make sure.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm here.
I want to make sure.
Hey, Dan, I'm sorry, I meant to email you. Danley reached out to me needing help with something, and I'll give it to you. I think it's a refrigerator. Their principal needed help, and I told them I will let you know and see what you would you like be interested in donating to it. But I'll forward the email to you.
How much they need? You remember?
2,000.
Yeah, add 2,000 for Danley Elementary to my BOE. Okay, no.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carmen.
Thanks, Dean.
And item number 14, consider miscellaneous appropriations from designated revenue. Are there any additions?
Listen, did everyone get my email from Miss Crenshaw, Doris Crenshaw? She's wanting to know if we could all do a sponsorship, and I was wondering, would anybody be interested in maybe splitting that 1 for 5 with me?
When did you
For
send
the
that?
Rosa, I sent it yesterday, Rosa Parks. She sent it yesterday.
Okay.
For the Rosa Parks dedication. Why you said it like that, Commissioner?
No, I was just wondering. I thought maybe I had missed something that had come from you, and I didn't want to do that.
Oh, well, thank you. You're such a gentleman.
Carmen, I already committed $5,000 for Rosa Parks Day to her church, the CME Church, AME Church,
Right, St. Paul.
St. Paul.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
here.
I've already committed 5,000 for that.
Okay, well, same here, so I didn't know if anybody wanted to split the one with Doris Crenshaw.
How much was it in,
The lowest one was 5,000,
is that in the email?
yes.
I remember I went through it last night.
It's probably the last page on top of all those 20 attachments she sent.
Okay, yeah. I didn't quite get that more. I'm trying to look through it.
But do 5 for me to St. Paul.
It was the second.
Designated.
Uh-huh.
My Lord.
Yeah, that's why I said, did y'all wanna go in? I think, all of us, you know, who wanna go in together and try to do something and do that. I said 5,000, the 5,000 is the lowest one.
Yeah,
I knew we weren't gonna do the 100,000 one.
you always help me. I'll be glad to help you with that,
Okay,
whatever.
What is that?
it's on that day, the Rosa Parks,
I
you
was
know, the
about-
whole
yes,
thing.
ma'am, I was about
The
to ask something
reunion, and then you have Roland Martin's gonna be here. We riding the bus, family reunion. She's bringing all the people back that were in the bus, but were caught families, and doing a family reunion for them.
There's a gala too.
And she's having a gala. Roland Martin's gonna have a day of speaking.
There's a family reunion, youth to call summit, and gala and awards. And there's 4 events, I guess. So, anybody else want to chip in?
Are we,
Tom?
what are we on designated revenue? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1,500,
From me,
yes,
1,500 from Doug, and how much from you?
1,500.
Okay.
And then 1,500 for St. Paul.
Okay.
Those are two different things,
Yeah,
even though
two
they're happening
different
around the same time frame.
Right.
Okay, all right. Are you
Say
clear?
it, say it one more time.
1,500 to St. Paul.
Okay.
For that particular event, and
Okay.
1,500 to the Youth Leadership Development Institution.
You get that 15 from me, 15 from Doug.
Okay, so instead of 5 each, it's 15 each. All right.
1,500. No, 1,500, not 15,000, 1,500.
You don't have 15,000?
And that's, yeah,
You know IOUs up in here.
so that's,
It should be
was that
500 short.
4,000?
That
Is
gets-
that 4,000 for Doris' thing?
that
That's
gets us
4,500.
4,500, yeah.
I put the other 500 in there. So we'll do a 5,000 sponsorship.
Yeah,
Did you want to do anything?
I was gonna cover the balance. but,
Okay, well,
I mean, if we've got enough, or if
Well,
we got, I think with Dan, we got
Dan,
enough.
you need to spend some money, so I'm gonna let you do it.
I don't need to spend. Okay.
Then, Justin, I'll get you some information. Usually, and Doug, Ms. Tanner Davis called yesterday, Dan, Ms. Tanner Davis called yesterday about the botanical gardens, and we usually, commission usually donates to them. We didn't last year, but we usually support them every year. She called yesterday, wanting to know, can she get support from all of us, a little something from all of us for the botanical gardens?
Yeah, she needs to send something to us, Carmen.
Okay,
Can
I'll
you
have her
just-
send it to us. And I'll forward it to, everybody, Justin, and, because you knew you hadn't talked to her, and Dan, she wanted to make sure I get it to you too. So I'll forward it to all of you.
Yeah, get her send something with a budget and stuff.
Okay.
All right.
All right, item number 15, consider travel and training requests for the commission, detention, and the sheriff's office. All right, on the formal information session this morning, we have several waive rule items. Item number 1, consider U.S. Department of Justice Equitable Sharing Agreement and Certification. Samantha Stevenson with the DA's office is here to talk to us about that. And we want to welcome Ms. Stevenson as she is the new chief administrator for the DA's office. She's taking over for the retired Michael Burdell. So welcome aboard, Ms. Stevenson. And she's been with the DA's office for years. And so she just coming on this side of the way we do business. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Good morning, Commission.
Good morning. I have placed on your agenda the equitable sharing agreement. The agreement is incorrect as it does have Mr. Burdell's name on it. I have updated copies for your signature. It is a forfeiture process by where we would share in any forfeiture through criminal activities that the DOJ, Department of Justice, takes over, and we would get a portion of it. So I just recommend that we adopt it and sign it.
There's no impact to the county, so that's fine.
No.
There any, can I have a motion to waive rules?
So moved.
A second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Likewise
Aye.
opposed. Thank you, Samantha.
Thank you. Next, item number 2, consider agreement with Xerox for digitization property record cards for appraisal. Javara is here to brief us on that.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Well, the appraisal department is here to request digitizing all of our files. As you know, we have moved over to the new space, and we thank you guys for that. But we're requesting, I think it's like $139,000 to be approved for Xerox to digitize our files. Those files are still in the Carnegie Building. We have no room to store that, and so the sheriff is over there, and he wants us out of there as soon as possible. So we are requesting this waiver rule item.
Is it in the budget, Javara?
Yes, sir.
So that's in your budget?
Yes.
And this Omni Partners contract, that's a state cooperative buying
Yes.
contract? Okay. So you've already reviewed that? Okay. Do I have a motion to waive rules?
So moved.
I second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise opposed. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Item number 3, both items number 3 and 4 are bid awards, but item number 3, bid award to GreenCo Landscape LLC to provide landscape maintenance service at the industrial park. This item is being asked for waived rules because the current contract has expired, and so we don't have a disruption of service. We want to make sure that this item proceeds.
Do I have a motion to waive rules for this item? James.
Is there,
James, you're
is
here.
there an
right?
increase involved in here?
James, why, how did the lowest bidder not meet the, 2 years' experience? Okay, who's been doing it out there?
Is this an increase or is this?
What company's been, the company's been doing it, do they bid on it again? Because they done a pretty good job, haven't they, them out there in that development?
I think they were either second, third, or lower.
Okay. No. Okay, thank you. Entertain a motion to waive rules
Wait,
on this
who,
item.
who's doing it right now? Sorry.
The company,
So the current company is the one that's receiving we're just continuing with the same company?
not changing.
No, this
No,
is a
it's
different
changing.
low bidder.
It's changing.
GreenCo Landscape
GreenCo.
is the low bidder on this bid. You might be looking at item
What-
number 4.
What did we pay for it last year?
I think last year we were in the mid-30, around 30,000. I think this bidder came in at 26.
Commissioner Harris, James is letting us know that the last year's bid was around 30,000 and this bid is at 26,000.
We
Okay.
have some provisions for trying to keep the business in Montgomery County, or at least use the
Where are they
vendors.
based out of?
Yeah, this is Columbia, what is it, Columbiana, Alabama?
Yeah, GreenCo's out of Columbia. All the others are inside Montgomery
You
County.
usually get a little, don't we usually give them a little,
So,
They get a preference.
Let Murder,
Montgomery County.
we had a 5% preference.
Murder, put that mic up a little bit too, thank you.
We did a 5% preference, and if you look, Conway would have been the next lowest, because Tanglewood didn't meet the requirements. So I did 5%, and you add the 5% to GreenCo, and when I added the 5%, they still came to be the lowest
Yeah.
bidder.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Well, if y'all comfortable with it, James, you comfortable with them?
I'll be monitored. That bid is 20, the average is around 30-something scope of work, but this is a new company. But I'll be monitored.
I'll be monitoring too, 'cause I work out there, you know, so I see it every day, but, the company's been out there, done a good job.
Yeah, I think
The park.
he was third outdoor.
Yeah, he was up, he was about 4,000 more.
$500 more.
Yeah. All right, I need a motion to approve, motion to waive rules, excuse me.
So moved.
Second,
All in favor, say aye.
aye.
Likewise opposed.
All right.
Item number 4, consider bid award to Outdoor Obsessions to provide grounds maintenance at Montgomery County Parks. This bid is in the amount of $77,252. Again, this is being asked for waived rules due to contract expiring, and so we want to continue that as well. And Outdoor Obsessions is the low bidder on this bid.
Yeah, and they've done a good job, from what I can tell, so.
I don't want anybody to get their feelings hurt, because this is our business, this is what we do, and this is our job, but to waive rules on a contract extension means that we got caught, not ready, and I don't love it.
I agree.
These are all things that we should have well in advance, and again, I'm not gonna not waive rules, but it ought to be something that we're getting in advance, whether that means that we've got to start this earlier or what, but it is tough to
Waive rules.
waive rules on something that these should be things that we should know for a long time. It's one thing if a quick window opens up, if a grant opens up and we're trying to meet a deadline, but this is big money.
Yeah, and it should be something we rely on constantly.
Yeah, what happened?
Absolutely. This feels like a bum rush.
Yeah,
That
it
last one
does.
did too. I'm 100% with you on that one, Justin.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't understand why
So-
we have these
I
contract extensions
agree
on the
with-
waive rules.
I agree with Justin and agree with Commissioner Harris. I mean, we've got to stop doing this. We've got to.
But let's find out what happened on this. What
So
happened?
on both the industrial park bid and this bid, we actually sat down with James and talked about looking at both of these bids and can we pull some parks off, because since we now have a downtown grounds, we kind of reevaluated where his grounds crew that travels in and around the county, what places they could pick up, and kind of change that schedule. As we were doing that, honestly, we lost track of time as we were doing that and doing many other things. And so we literally just kind of missed kind of a couple of week window. And by the time we did sign and everybody bids did get submitted, that's what's causing this rush. So that is on us as staff. And, we sincerely apologize for making this look like we're trying to rush this in front of you all. But at the end of the day, that's on us, and we'll work in the future to make sure that we're better. And so we just kind of missed that window that would prevent us from
Kendall,
putting
that
this
brings
on
a question.
information.
You just said to me, so we have a groundskeeping staff, right?
Yes.
So is it that our groundskeeping staff are limited in what they can do?
So we only have, James, correct me if I'm wrong, we have 4 or 5 groundskeepers.
I was about to say,
And
James
our-
running out the back door. Oh, he okay.
And our groundskeepers, we have many a space that the groundskeepers keep up with, not only parks, but as well as you've got all the county parks, you've got all the county buildings that are not downtown that they maintain. And so it takes sometimes an entire day to work just one location. So I'll let James give a little bit more information on that.
Yeah, scope of work with the grounds crew, we have a schedule that they handle, like ownership of Flatwood Community Center, we maintain that one with the grounds, edging, cutting. We also do several areas out in the park. But even the ones that are contracted out, they still do work there as well, as far as pulling trash for rentals, pruning the trees. So some areas are contracted out, and some the county and grounds crew handler, so it's both, a little of both. But they do handle some of the areas that are contracted out as well too, as far as policing the grounds, little things like that. Did
Thanks,
that
Dan.
kind of?
I won't be supporting the contract amendment from Wave Rule from here forth, Mr. Administrator. So get it together.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we never did finish on waiving rules for this item today, did we?
Correct.
Okay, so I need a motion to waive rules. Is there a motion to waive rules on this item?
So move.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Likewise opposed? Okay, we'll waive rules on that one.
Kendall, could we propose that we do a little bit of a case study on what, and the time frame is not an emergent need, but what we manage in terms of facilities,
Yes.
what our staff covers, what those costs are, and then what we pay? Is that just something we could take a look at?
Yes, we can do that.
That'd be,
Yeah.
I think that'd be good.
Yes, sir.
And we're not, I mean, we're not trying to catch anybody or change anything or point fingers. We're just trying, we're tasked with being, prudent, tasked with making good decisions. And so I trust our staff. I do, implicitly, but it'd just be a good exercise for us,
No, I think that's 100%.
especially with this amount of money.
Yes, yes. No, that is no problem.
Justin, this is not the first time this has come up. The person who had that seat before you wouldn't have supported this because she was a stickler for waive rule items. And if we had something like this on waive rule, she didn't support it. So this isn't the first time this has come up. It's on the administrator, not us.
Yes, sir. Item number 5, consider resolution for resurfacing Mitchell Young Road from State Route 8 US 80, 3.7 miles north to Old Selma Road. This is George. I'm like, what?
Yeah, this resolution is required by ALDOT to get this project started. It's resurfacing Mitchell Young Road from US 80 to Old Selma Road. And it'll be 80% MPO funds and 20% county fund. And the project will actually be in FY '27, but we've got a railroad we've got to deal with, railroad crossing, which is gonna take some time. But this resolution will get the project kicked off, started. But we
You
can-
asking to waive rules on this?
No. No, sir.
Oh, it's not a waive rule, it's future agenda item.
All right, okay.
Gas tax money?
Yes, sir, yes. It's 80% MPO funds, federal fund, and 20% gas tax.
Any questions for George? Carmen, you good?
I'm good.
Next agenda.
Thank you.
Item number 6, consider proposed local legislative bills for the upcoming 2026 legislative session. This is from the probate judge, and you have 4 bills that are in front of you. Credit card bill, item number, looking at the memo, credit card bill would authorize Montgomery County Probate Court to establish formal procedures for the limited and carefully controlled use of credit cards and carrying out the daily operations of the office. This is item number 2 is a fundraising activities bill. Can you go back to the memo? No problem. Item number 2, fundraising activities bill would authorize Judge of Probate of Montgomery County to conduct fundraising activities, included but not limited to community fairs, rodeos, and other similar events, with all proceeds dedicated to lawful purposes that support the operations of the probate court. Item number 3, right of marriage fee bill, would formally authorize Judge of Probate of Montgomery County to charge an additional discretionary fee when solemnizing marriages. And 4, safekeeping of wills bill. Bill would authorize residents of Montgomery County to file their wills with the probate court for safekeeping during their lifetime.
Any questions about these?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I'm just curious about 2 of these items, the right of marriage fee bill. What is the current fee and why does it need to be increased?
Well, it's not a increase. I think one of my predecessor, Gene Reese McKinney, had been charging the fee, and as we were going through our routine audit, it was discovered that there was no legislation authorizing the charging of that fee. And so this bill is just going to get the authorization to be able to charge that fee for marriages.
Yes. How much is that, do you?
$25.
Okay, all right, small price to pay.
And that just goes back into the
General.
A lifetime of love.
Yes.
Yes.
And the other bills, the safekeeping of wills, one of the things we've just seen on the court side is, people, having done wills and they pass on and family members not being able to find where they are. And so this just allows them to have a place filed them with the court. Like if they do them now, they become public record, they get a book and a page number, but this will allow them to be kept confidential and stored and until such time that they do need to access the will in order to probate the will. The other 2, utilization of credit cards for limited purchases. Oftentimes with some of the things we do in online registrations, continuing education fees, or parade season, needing to go ahead and buy candy, is much easier to go ahead and have a card that you can just run out and make these purchases than having to go ahead and wait and go through the process of cutting a formal check. And the same thing of fundraising activities, that we've been relying in recent years on our Judge of Probate Fund, and this just allows us to be able to raise funds in order to cover some of the other activities and priorities that our office has without having to utilize those funds. So those last 2 bills mirrors legislation that the sheriff has put forward, and so we're just asking for approval for these bills.
Thank you, Judge.
Any other questions for Judge? That'll be next agenda.
All right, thank you.
Judge.
Oh, I just had a request for these to be waived rules. I had presented them initially, thought that they were ready to be voted on when I presented them last month back on October 7th. I think I spent about 15 minutes going through each of them then. But just because we've got to publish them and then try to get them ready for the session that it begins early January, asking for the accommodation to go ahead and have it as a waiver rule item so we can make sure that they are presented when our other local legislative bills are presented at the beginning of the session.
Is there any motion to waive rules on this item?
If there are no objections, I motion that we waive rule on these 4 items.
I need a second.
Second.
All in favor say aye. Aye. Likewise opposed? All right, waive rule
All right,
item.
all right, thank you all. Thanks.
Item number 7, consider memorandum of understanding between Montgomery County Commission and the Montgomery County Probate Judge regarding kiosk.
We discussed that a lot last meeting, and the proposed now is that the county commission, as they did this year in the budget, put $65,000 into the budget over the next 2 years for the judge of probate to implement these kiosks.
Yes, sir.
Any questions about that? That'll be next agenda.
Item number 8, consider execution of amendment to declaration of development condition and waiver of certain obligations. Connie? Microphone.
All right, this is an agreement, an amendment to an agreement the county commission entered into in 2024. In 2024, the county entered into an agreement with Industrial Partners about 3 lots over there in the industrial park. There was a development condition established for these lots, and also in that agreement, the county waived the right to recapture this property, and there was also a waiver by the county with respect to the time to develop the lots. And since that time, one of the lots has been sold by Industrial Partners, and there are 2 left. And Industrial Partners is asking the county to amend their 2024 agreement and do away with the development condition. They don't think they can get the property developed, and they want to go ahead and try to sell it to industrial buyers. And by the way, I think they're here, if anybody has any questions. And the amendment, it's very short, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it would do away with that development condition. It would go ahead and put those 2 waivers back in the agreement about the county waives its recapture rights to the property. And the other waiver is with respect to developing the property within a certain time period. And they think this is desirable because they will be able to sell the property to somebody who can get it developed.
Anybody have any questions on this one?
So the property itself, now you say there are 2 lots left, Connie?
That are owned by industrial partners. And by the way, these lots are restricted. There's a lot of restrictions as to what can be done with these lots, all to promote industry. And if the county executes this agreement, those restrictions will still stay in place.
Okay. And you said there's a possibility that we already have an interested buyer. Did I hear you say that?
I don't know about that.
Okay.
All right, that'll be next agenda.
Item number 9, consider bid award to Gulf States Distributors for law enforcement footwear. Items number 1 through 2, 4, 6 through 9, 13, 15 and 16, 18 and 19, and 22 and 23.
That'll be next agenda.
Item number 10, consider establishing county levies for new ABC license types.
That'll be next agenda.
Item number 11, consider adoption of resolution regarding the 2026 annual holiday schedule.
That'll be next agenda.
Item number 12 is a general information item to discuss the 2026 commission meeting schedule. I think you all received this via email. I think the schedule already takes into account travel.
July and August.
Yes, in July and August for Perdido as well as NACO, ACCA and the NACO National Conference.
Yeah, and commissioners, before we get to next 2 weeks from now, let's make sure we kind of look at your calendars, if we can, to the best of our ability, if we know we've got a conflict or something that's going to cause more than one of us to be gone at a time, let's kind of bring that forward and try to make those revisions if we can. I know there's always things that happens, but if we can get ahead of it and know that there's going to be a meeting that 2 or 3 commissioners will not be able to attend, let's go ahead and try to make those changes early in the year if we can. So, but that'll be next agenda based on what you have now, Kendall.
Those are all of our items for the information session.
Okay, we got a few minutes. Anything else from the commission they want to add or share? I see Sharon Rhodes is out in the crowd. Sharon, anything with the chamber you want to share? We got a little time. Okay. The annual meeting is when? It's December 10th at the Renaissance, the luncheon. And the speaker is Hyundai. 20th anniversary. We got somebody from Hyundai coming. Oh, good, good. Cedric Campbell. Is Cedric out there? I thought I saw Cedric.
You see him right
Oh.
there?
I don't have my, I got my reading glasses on. I don't have my,
Lord have
my
mercy.
I left them in the car. I told y'all earlier, I left them in the car and I can't see.
You need to go back and get them then, dude.
I see OJ, because OJ looking good back there with that striped suit on, but
You can't see a
Cedric,
hole
you
here.
want to come up a minute and just share just a little bit about what's going on and maybe some projects that you're aware of? Okay. I'm trying to fill a little time with something interesting, so.
Oh, that gives me a moment to think about the.
Ms. Rhodes didn't have much. You can come this way, Cedric.
Lease. Listen, Doug, before Cedric comes here, we need to discuss the lease that we currently have across the street at the, what's the name of the building, Kendall? 150 Dexter. I know the lease is up in January, and we've got right now we have Shamar Figures is in that building along with, I think, when it's up, we won't need it anymore for.
We will have everybody out of the building that it will be an annex to.
But we have to find somewhere for our Figures to
Correct.
go.
That
And
is
right now,
correct.
we currently don't have a spot for Figures to go,
We
correct?
don't have any more space.
So we have to discuss that. January is right around the corner. Unless you want to go buy a new building before the week over with, Doug?
No, we still supply Terry sewer too, right?
That is
Right,
correct.
We do.
Okay. There's no space in that area, I would assume.
No, sir.
All right, something we need to start looking at, try to come up with a plan. Maybe Lamar's here, maybe start looking at,
Look how
Very
Lamar
fluid.
mouth flew open looking at you like, what?
We'll get together
we'll get
on it.
together, yeah.
And we'll get together with Commissioner Sankey and Commissioner Ziegler. We kind of broached this before, and when I brought the lease to you all, it was with the understanding that we were not going to renew. So
Please don't make this a waive rule item.
absolutely
We're
not.
not
No,
making
no.
away. That's why we discussed it now, Commissioner.
So
I know.
because the lease ends in January, we want to have something to you all by the second meeting in December.
Okay.
So that will give us staff enough time to kind of put our heads together, see what's out there, and then that will present enough time to put something in front of you all so you all can look at it and see what options are available.
And I can't speak for the chamber, Ms. Rose, but I was just curious as to whether or not you all might have space somewhere for the congressman. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
yeah, that's a good idea. 'Cause you got a big building over there, yeah, that might be a good idea. Yeah, Cedric, just want you to share a little bit about some of the economic development stuff that you might be involved with that you can share with us.
Oh, my goodness.
You ain't got like
I'll put
15
on my
minutes.
Sharon Rose hat
15
and try to
minutes.
speak on the chamber, but I'll start with one of the items that I think kind of
Cedric, can you
ties.
bring that up to your mouth?
Is that better?
Yeah.
I'll start with one of the items that ties into what Commissioner Ziegler was just speaking about, which is Congressman Figure's office. For the last number of years, I think one of the federal priorities that the city and the county and the chamber has shared is our I-65 corridor. And Maxwell has, over the years, commented on how coming in on 65 southbound and taking 3 left turns to get onto Maxwell Boulevard is not ideal. And Ms. Rose, correct me if I'm wrong, but Congressman Figures put an appropriation request in that was planned to be in last year's budget, but Congress didn't pass a budget. And I think they have that scheduled to be in the budget when it does pass and I think it was around $5 million. So I would, is that right? Yes. So I would just say, I think Congressman Figures has come in, hitting the ground running for Montgomery. So hopefully we can definitely secure a place for his staff.
Didn't the city and county also participate in putting some money towards a study on that interchange? I thought we did, we had done that. Yeah. Yeah, all 3 partners, yeah.
Yeah. So that just ties into what's going on that Maxwell corridor. A number of years ago, Whitewater was called the catalyst, and I think that catalyst is playing the spur development for the corridor, and I think this connector is a huge piece to it. And right now there are a number of developers that are looking at developing that corridor. Some that we know, but I can't say. But it's got a lot of energy and a lot of attention. And so Maxwell, the brass at Maxwell has told us how important that entrance in off of 65 is and how that Maxwell corridor ties into what goes on the base and how their airmen see it. So I just think definitely want to say that Congressman Figures, as well as Sewell and others, have done all they can for us in that endeavor. So hopefully we can reciprocate that a little bit.
So the study, Mr. Chairman, the study regarding the access to Maxwell, that
Yes,
has
sir.
been completed.
The study, so the study has, and the study shows kind of what would be a concept, and so that concept has to be further developed, and that is the funding that Congressman Figures put in to take that to the next level. Yes, sir.
Is that kind of where they go where the gas station is and they kind of come over the railroad tracks?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Okay,
That's
so it would be a right hand off.
That's right. Coming off of interstate at the Clay Heron interchange, you would take a right by the gas station, come over the railroad track, like you said, and tie into the main entrance at Whitewater, where all of us go into Whitewater right now.
Let's answer that. Will that study ever share it with the commission? I know we had a stake in that in terms of financing it.
Sharon, come on up here with us. Come on.
Please help me out. I told you I can't do this without Sharon Rose.
While Sharon is on her way to the microphone, really quickly, I don't want to neglect one of our scheduled attendees, Jeanette Bolin for Dress for Pink. It still has to speak, so,
Oh, I forgot about her.
yeah, that's on me.
Okay, we'll get time. Sorry, Jeanette.
Come on, you look better than me.
No. This is I was just gonna mention the engineering part, particularly with the access road, FEMA access road. That is also a request that Congressman Figures, as well as Senator Britt, is working on with us as a part of that federal request. As part of the military stabilization, obviously, we want to maintain not only stabilization of missions and whatnot with securing the base. So that is also a part of that request, that 2026 request. But you may have numbers, but you've got the details on the access road. Access road on the military base, serves as access when we're talking about weatherization, storms and whatnot for the entire southeast. So we're talking about Alabama, Georgia, Florida, where they do the staging when there's necessary to carry food, et cetera, throughout those southeastern states.
Did that study give us a projected dollar amount for that particular project?
Which study? Are you going back to the Maxwell?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, it did. Don't hold me to the numbers. That study was done, I think, 2 years ago, and I would say that number was in the $30 million number, is what I remember. But again, don't hold me to those numbers, but that's off the top of my head.
Any other questions about Maxwell Gateway and what's going on out there and what the vision is and the plans are? We heard so much about development around Whitewater for a long time. So you feel like there's some good opportunities there?
There's a lot of positive energy on that right now. We have been meeting about weekly. Again, hopefully it'll be to the point where we can publicly say who's involved and what their involvement is. But there's a lot of attraction, a lot of attention, and I think this commission would be proud of the step that it took so far into being a major player in that.
Yeah, and I know we talk about Whitewater all the time, but Whitewater has to be the catalyst out there. It has to be the anchor store. There's, the shopping centers that you see around town, they all have an anchor store, I guess.
That's right.
A Publix grocery store, but if
That's
the
right.
Publix is not there, all the other shops are not going to be there either, so.
That's right. That's right.
It's kind of a similar situation.
Yes,
so.
sir.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Anything else for these
I
guys?
would say that the change you see is a process and not an event.
What's that?
The change that you will see there is a process and not an event.
Oh,
Well, nothing happens overnight. Everything happens with time, and that's why you must always, when you start projects, you must plan ahead for the future. You can't start a project on, as my grandma would say, a wing and a prayer. You got to go ahead and plan it. So, you know, and everything takes time. Anything that you do is gonna take time. You can't build something and expect overnight to be multimillionaires. If you do, I said to any business person, you're gonna be sadly mistaken. You have to plan, and you have to plan for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and you're gonna have some bumps in the roads and some hurdles that you can't get across, and some days you're gonna wanna throw in the towel and say, oh, why did we do this? But if you set out and plan ahead, then you won't have those questions at the end.
Yes, ma'am. I definitely think Chairman Dean would be proud of those words.
Yeah, you know, this commission has gone above and beyond in our support and investment in Montgomery Whitewater and the catalyst for this. So I'm so excited that there is a momentum and something actually tangible is in the works that's going to happen out there and develop that part of our town that basically is dead. And, you know, it's on the west side, and that's what Chairman Dean always believed in. We need to develop on the west side, and I'm just thrilled. I can't wait. I don't know about, y'all won't share with me what the details are, but I know there's some major players involved and from what I hear.
Now, Chairman, you ain't gonna call my side of town dead now, cause the west side is the best side. Now, you ain't gonna do that. You'd wanna come,
Word,
look,
okay,
I
you
heard
got
you
me.
used to come and hang out on the west side.
You got me. Hey,
He still does. He just
you got me. Dead was a bad way to needed development. How about that? So,
Well, it needs some enhancing. I mean, you know, everybody, the
Need some
bedroom need a
love.
little enhancing, and living room needs some new curtains every now and then. So I'm here, we gonna get us some new curtains, lights, a whole new bedroom set.
We refer to it as the Maxwell Gateway Corridor.
yeah. Okay. Well, thank y'all for coming.
I just hope that as this development take place, and I realize that it takes time, that we could recover at least a portion of the investment, this over $50 million investment that the county has made. We can start recover that over some period, and hopefully it would happen in my lifetime. Thank you.
Well, if we get hopefully, if the development happens like we think it, we hope it does, then it's going to be a major generator of tax dollars for us out there. So,
Yes, sir. I mean,
property and sales.
I mean, what we're looking at, what we're hearing right now is the template is something similar to the Redstone Art Store in Huntsville. So
Well, that's what we need.
I would think that Madison County and Huntsville would say that that's paid off.
Yeah, no doubt. So thank y'all for that.
Yes, sir.
Kendall, you got one more guess, huh?
Yes, Executive Director Jeanette Bowling with Dresses for Pink. Again, my apologies on not getting you guys to the podium earlier.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
I'm not Jeanette Bowling, obviously. I'm David Vickers. I've been practicing law in Montgomery, Alabama since 1988. I'm on Vice President of Dresses for Pink, but most importantly, I've been a friend of Michelle, Jeanette Bowling, for 32 years. I'll tell you how this group started. She called me one day and told me that she had been diagnosed with breast cancer, and as most of us that have had that conversation with other people, it stunned me. And I thought for a minute, and I said, well, Mr. Cancer just shows him a battle. And boy, have I never been more prophetic than I was that day. Not only has she cured cancer, but she started this Dresses for Pink, and it's been amazing. Started in mid-2023. I'm just going to read our mission statement, basically who we are. Dresses for Pink, Inc. is a compassionate, community-centered nonprofit organization dedicated to supporting individuals and families affected by all types of cancer. We believe every ribbon color matters, and every story deserves dignity, encouragement, and hope. We've hosted events and awareness activities that celebrate life, honor courage, and unite our community. We've had all cancer walks, celebrating survivors, honoring fighters, remembering loved ones. We have trailblazer ceremonies where we give awards to people that have battled cancer, and they share their stories and encourage people. We give financial scholarships. We provide financial assistance for people to get to appointments. And we have monthly support meetings as well as weekly podcasts to increase awareness and education. The next step in the evolution of this group is our two-day event at the multiplex at Crampton Bowl. Again, we'll be educating on all kinds of cancer. We'll have medical vendors and speakers that'll be showing prosthetics and educating people on what treatment you can receive. We're having survivors speak and discussing their journey. Roscoe Miller, J.C. Love, and Calvin Williams have spoken and will be there as well. We'll have mobile examination stations to help. We'll have physicians speaking, Dr. Chrisetta Kane with East Alabama Medical Center. She is a pathologist. And Dr. Brandon Johnson also with East Alabama Medical Center, an oncologist, will be there speaking, and we'll be uniting also with Montgomery Cancer Center. And this is a huge group that loves and supports our community. When you see the people that are touched by what we do, and you see people starting to pay attention to signs of cancer, starting to win battles of cancer, and most importantly, instead of being unknown and not knowing what's ahead of them, they have that support and they find that out, and that's half the battle. It's the fear of the unknown is the worst thing we fight in this kind of diseases, and that's what we're about. So, any questions or?
What's the ask of the Montgomery County Commission? I know you've got a big budget here. What is the ask?
$40,000.
Okay. Any questions for Director for Pink?
No, just a comment. They do a really great job.
Awesome job.
Particularly with education and support services to relate to those who have had the unfortunate diagnosis of cancer. So I've supported it in the past. I've also been a guest speaker at one of the events, and certainly support what you all are doing. We'll just have to see if we can get you $40K.
Well, we got the budget here. It's, Teresa, you got all the information. We've supported in the past. Okay, so, all right. Well, thank y'all for being here.
Thank you for your time.
Thank y'all. Anything else, Kendall?
Sorry, those are all of our items?
Those who want to speak, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
Those who want to speak at 10 o'clock, have you put your name on the list? I know some people are here.
Has anybody signed up back there, Derek?
Yes.
Anybody signed up?
You saying that must mean you got a setup about to happen.
Oh, we down to
I
about.
don't know why Commissioner Ziegler always, I know she's joking,
Let me go
but
get me an extra cup of coffee now.
she always think Commissioner Sankey is trying to do something.
You do? But I still love you.
I know, that's what it's all about. Yes, I saw two of our citizens here, and I know they had asked me about speaking, and I suggested that they come to the 10 o'clock meeting. I just did not want them to be overlooked.
I did just get a text. Montgomery Whitewater has to do some maintenance on the lower ponds this year. Has to be done every 3 to 5 years. There is, the water bill out there has been exceedingly large, in my opinion. So they're trying to identify what's causing that. At some point, they're going to have to do maintenance during the winter to drain the pond. 13 million gallons of water is a lot of water to drain. And then refill the ponds after they do all the maintenance work. There is some money in the rental tax collections that is going to Whitewater for the rental tax collection. There's some excess money in there that we have done in the past where we have allowed that money to go for operations and repairs at Montgomery Whitewater. There's about $400,000 that we have collected for Montgomery Whitewater. I'm being asked if we can have that either on the next agenda to transfer that money to them so they can get that work started during the off-season, and even the possibility, I know waive rules was a big issue already this morning, but to waive rules so we can go ahead and move that money now so they can go ahead and get started on that. Any questions on that or
No,
comments?
just comment, Mr.
Please, please
Because
do.
the rental tax money, based upon my understanding, was supposed to be there to pay for the bond issue. I think the $37 million that we borrowed to get this project started. And I would certainly want to be cautious about dipping into that fund, you know, just because we accumulate extra money for that.
Okay, Mrs. Anthony, good morning again. At your
Somebody's in the
convenience.
background. Somebody got the phone, somebody, yeah, muted out.
And, okay, and-
Yeah,
and so I'm
Mrs.
concerned
Anthony,
about
good
that.
morning again. At your
Is that
convenience.
just- is that on purpose? Doesn't happen until I start to
Somebody
talk.
whispering.
That's God. He trying to tell
God,
us
tell me
something.
something.
I don't,
He coming on
yeah,
down.
I don't think he speaks like that.
Okay.
Commissioner Sankey,
Yes.
you're absolutely right on that. That rental tax was not passed for Whitewater. It was passed to support the bond issue, and the rest was to be used for development on the west side. And we've dipped in there before to help Whitewater. It was my understanding that we had put $500,000 in the budget already for Whitewater. Why can't we use that?
Well, that was going to be my next question, so thank you, Commissioner Harris. I'll just stop there and let the chairman respond.
Okay, well, y'all answered my question, so we'll,
Well, no, the $500,000, the $500,000 that was in this budget, we want to know, I think Commissioner Harrison, because he can speak for himself, but that was going to be my next
that went
question.
into the operations for them.
So they've spent $500,000 since we authorized that for the 1st of October?
Yes, those funds have already gone to
Wow.
Montgomery Whitewater.
And they've spent.
No, you know, when we put that money in the budget, the understanding was that it was gonna be roughly $1 million a year that Whitewater was gonna cost us. And we put 500,000 in that budget. You're telling me that the money was already spent before we put it in?
I know they have already requested those funds, the current status and how much they
Somebody
have
should have
spent.
told us, somebody should have told us that then.
I was under the impression, again, you know, I don't know everything about how we operate here. I'm trying to learn. But I was under the impression that you got that, whatever allocation you may have received through the general fund budget, you got it over a period of time, perhaps on a quarterly basis. So I was concerned that if we just wrote them a check for $500,000 already, that's not the way you normally do business. Normally, we allocate it on a quarterly basis to some of those who have the good fortune of being in the budget. So that concerns me, quite frankly, if they got the entire $500,000 all at once, and you're telling me we don't know what they did with it, we just know that it's gone. And then they're asking for money to help
Well,
pay the water
yeah.
bill?
No, we do know where every penny went. Kendall's chairman of that board, and there's a board that oversees that. So all the money that they have used so far has gone to pay their operating costs, which is power, water, salaries, payroll,
No.
fees.
Yes, sir.
I
All
think what's
that.
not being said is this, that they were already behind the 8 ball. See,
They
everybody,
were.
we keep putting this in the media like these people were already had plenty of money and they had thousands of dollars at the beginning. Oh, it was raining money. It was already behind the 8 ball. So when you keep playing catch up and never still, that's why I keep saying a plan has to be put in place. So we not keep coming behind the 8 ball, catching up. And so it looks like into the media and looks like to our people, the county don't know what they're doing. Oh, look what they're doing. Well, at the end of the day, there never was. And Commissioner Sankey and I had a wonderful talk while we were at a conference last week about this and about planning. And he and I agreed on it. We don't sit down and plan. So then it looks like to everybody we throwing money out. It never was planned. If it was never planned, how you gonna pay for it? Nobody never sat down and had that discussion. Where's the budget? Where's the budget when you created Whitewater?
How are you gonna plan for draining a pond? I mean, nobody told us about this.
Well, that's when we went to-
and we're not
Yeah.
charged with planning for, we're not charged with planning for Whitewater. They are charged with that. And they should come to us early enough with what their plan is to let us know. It's not our job to plan for the operation of Whitewater. They're coming to us asking us for funds. We do our job. We plan on how to spend county money. And that's what we're doing here. We're talking about how the county spends county money. Whitewater is responsible for making these plans, and if they're gonna ask for money, they need to come to us in plenty of time with their plan. It's not on us to make plans for them.
Okay, no
And not
problem.
only that,
We
Mr.
can-
Chairman,
They
but-
can delay the maintenance for another year or two.
Well, Mr. Chairman, I mean, we all want to make sure since we invested taxpayers' money in these projects, we want to make sure they succeed, but we can't just keep funding them indefinitely without some accountability. Now, we just talked about the contracts for the upkeep of the parks and so forth, and we were concerned about how we spend that money. But we've invested over $50 million in Whitewater, and I have yet to see an audited financial statement. Now, no one would conduct their business the way we've been doing that without demanding some accountability. And so if we're going to continue to fund them, the least we could do is ask for an audited financial statement to make sure that the accounting principles are done in an acceptable manner. And I've asked for that.
Wanda, where are we on that? Because I know they're working on that through the auditors. We had the exit review the other day, and we talked about that.
So Whitewater's audit would be a separate audit that would just audit Whitewater. It wouldn't have anything to do with what we work with the auditors with on our audit. That was discussed at a board meeting, and there's a meeting that is scheduled with Jackson Thornton, who is the doggone, I forgot. But they will conduct the audit. So they need to basically just figure out how much it's gonna cost to do the audit. And then once that process starts, we'll be able to provide you all with a timeline, what kind of audit it's going to be, and all those particulars.
Yeah, I mean, as a commission, we're in a tough spot. I mean, obviously, nobody wants to continue to put money into something that is draining money for us, and bottom line, it is. But what do? Do we just throw our hands up and say, okay, let it go, close it? We gotta pay people out there. We gotta pay their salaries, to pay payroll, so what do we?
But Doug, that's not the issue. I support Whitewater and want to support Whitewater. I'm talking about the way these requests are being made and what's being given to us to support these requests. We just can't hand out money willy-nilly because I support Whitewater and intend to support them going forward. But this is no way, Commissioner Sankey is absolutely correct.
I'm not arguing.
We don't know
with you.
anything about what they're doing out there. And these requests are coming just one after the other, and it's always, we're in a hurry. We can't make payroll if we don't get the money. It's feeling like a bum rush most of the time.
It is.
So, no, we need to organize this thing if we're going to really support them and know what the money is going for and plan for when they're going to ask for it. And they need to come forth with what they need, not you. Somebody from Whitewater need to come.
I'll be glad to get out of it, believe me, so. Okay, all right, well, we got to move on. It's 10:05. We'll be back to start the formal session in about 3 or 4 minutes. Can we get it that quickly? Okay, yeah, 10:10 at the latest.
You just said 10:20.